Over there for recently shipped troops of the U.S. Army's 2nd Armored Division arriving in MANHEIM, Germany. One of the boys brought along an extra suit. These soldiers from America provide additional strength for General Ike's rapidly growing Atlantic-packed army. A band gives them a royal welcome. With each new man, with each new piece of equipment, with each new sign of cooperation between nations, the cause of freedom is strengthened in Western Europe. Truce talks seem far away for Marines in the Yanggu area of Korea, engaged in the dirty, dangerous job of flushing out communists dug into the hilly ridges. What is happening at the conferences with the Reds at Kaesong may crowd battle news out of the headlines, but here the war has little changed. It's still kill or be killed. The orders are still advance. Tank flamethrowers are called up to burn out enemy emplacements in the brush. Until the very moment of truce, United Nations forces will not let up in Korea. In Pueblo, Colorado, a souvenir sent home by a GI from Korea adds up to an international diplomatic incident. Mystified by the arrival of a duffel bag bearing $39 postage, the Hugh GILTNER family opens the package and finds a $100,000 leopard skin rug sent home by son ALVIN GILTNER, who bought it for $61 in Seoul. Korean officials here say that although Sergeant GILTNER undoubtedly bought the rug in good faith, it's a national treasure and they want it back. Meanwhile, U.S. Customs officers impound the rug before giving a decision on the case of the Korean rug. In New York, dope king Waxey Gordon, 63, and 3 henchmen are arrested on a narcotics charge. Gordon, in Prohibition days a big-shot beer baron, was caught on a city street carrying $180,000 worth of heroin. Gordon's dope, adulterated with the quinine in the white bag, is enough for 200,000 individual shots. At Niagara Falls, riverman William Red Hill looks over the contraption which he believes will take him safely over the falls. Hill's rubber barrel is made of 14 tubes held together with fish nets. Local odds are 6-2 against him, but still, into the barrel he goes. The current rushes Hill's barrel to the brink of the falls, and he's over. While spectators watch on both shores, the battered barrel appears at the bottom of the falls. But only Red's shoes are found in the wreckage by his 2 brothers, Major and Corky. As he searches for Red's body, Corky vows to go over the falls himself to conquer the jinx that killed his brother.
Scandal rocks West Point as 90 cadets are dismissed for giving or receiving improper assistance during exams. Shocked members of the 2,400-man corps not involved discuss the greatest scandal in the Academy's 150-year history. The guilty cadets, temporarily held in these barracks, are said to include most of Army's football team. Violation of the Academy's motto brings admittedly stern action, action that's backed by cadets of the regimental staff.
The West Point honor system has been a part of a cadet's life for more than a century now. Whether it be 1 man or whether it be 90 men, no violator of the honor code is ever granted immunity. I personally feel no regret for the violators, and I'm sure the Corps doesn't, now that they're being dropped from the rolls at West Point.
I do not believe this catastrophe which has struck West Point is an indication of a weakness on the part of our honor system. Rather, it is a sign of strength now that these men have been discharged. For now, our honor system will carry on in the same way it always has in the past.
In East Berlin, 25,000 marchers from 60 nations opened the communist-sponsored World Youth Festival as 100,000 spectators clap in practice rhythm. The stadium's decked with signs proclaiming peace, but the ceremony, so reminiscent of Nazi pageants, speaks of anything but peace, and the gathering cheers as speakers call for a Red Korean victory over the United States imperialist aggressors. In the United States, another kind of World Assembly of Youth begins at Cornell University And to Ithaca, New York, come 500 delegates from 63 free nations to study how youth can help in making human rights a universal reality. These films, contrasting so vividly this quiet, friendly gathering with a regimented frenzy in East Berlin, tell better than words who are the imperialists and warmongers. At Bailey Hall, the delegates form a junior United Nations. And here, in an American university, long accustomed to freedom of thought and speech, the delegates of free nations put into practice a concept that in East Berlin is merely another abused word: democracy.
In Seattle, tragedy and record speed marked the 44th running of motorboating's biggest competition, the Gold Cup Classic. An ill-fated entry, Quicksilver of Portland, Oregon, is made ready for what is to be its final race. And they're off. In the first of 3 scheduled heats, slow motion fifth sets 2 records, averaging over 97 miles an hour on the initial lap. Then disaster strikes. Quicksilver turns over in a cloud of spray and plunges to the bottom, carrying to death driver Orth Mathiot and mechanic Tommy Whitaker. The race roars on as officials strive frantically to halt it. Finally, it is brought to an end and victory awarded to the winner of the first 2 heats, slow motion fifth, clearly the fastest boat afloat.